Here's to the dreamers, the seekers, the wise. Crystal lavender will reach in the skies. Through tarot and starlight we'll always roam. In the heart of the universe we found our home. Those where the mystics play. We speak the language of the Milky Way. A touch of Venus, a kiss from the moon, guiding lost hearts with a sweet, gentle tune.
What up? Hello, hello. Hi, Aries. This is your June monthly reading, okay? So before we get started, we're going to talk about this. This is my book. It is called Say You Love, and it is a testimony of triumph over the darkness of childhood, SA, and addiction, all right? And I wrote this book, like I was very honest and vulnerable in this book because I wanted to write it as a message of hope and inspiration. Like I am really honest with some of the most embarrassing things that I've ever been through because I don't want anybody sitting in silence thinking that they're all alone, all right? So if my message can help at least one person in this world, then it kind of makes it like all worthwhile. You know what I mean? So this can be found on Amazon for $12.12. You can get a free copy of it on my website at crystal-lavender.com, or you can get a signed copy if you email me, all right? And all of that stuff will be in the description box of every one of my videos. So, what up, people? Hi, Mama Beans. Hi, Janet. If you haven't checked out Janet's channel, please go check out Janet with s.y.l. s.y.l.sayyoulove. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. I hope you guys are doing well. So we're going to find out what's written on the wall. What are they saying about you? What are they going to say about you? What's going on here? Who's got what? Who's saying what? What do we got? Let's find out who this person is. What they got going on for the month of June. I just thought you said you were going to be listening and smoking. I was like, what? What do you mean you're listening and smoking? All right, Aries. See what sort of energy we got coming up for June. What is written on the wall? What is written on the wall? What's going on for Team Aries? The writing on the wall. Oh, Strength card. So some of you could be dealing with a Leo or have Leo in your chart. So you've got the Strength card in the upright. So there might be somebody that the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So the King of Pentacles in the reverse is someone that uses money to their, like the dark side of money. Like that is somebody that uses money as like power. We got the Emperor in reverse too. So this might be some sort of father figure or someone that is of authority that's abusing their power. They're abusing their power. They're manipulating the energy. Like they're using some sort of money tactic to put over your head to try to get you to bend to their will. So be careful of anybody trying to buy you things or trying to like loan you any sort of substantial amount of money through the month of June, because it looks like this person, because you got the Emperor in reverse. The Emperor in reverse is not someone that's a tyrant. That's somebody that is manipulative, pushy, bullying. So this person might be a bully, and it looks like you're going to need some sort of strength this month to kind of counteract them, to not let their energy like invade your own personal space. This could be a boss. This could be somebody that's a boss that's like real manipulative, like just kind of like a tyrant. They run a real tight ship, but not in a way that is like it's not uplifting. Okay. This person isn't a leader, like the type of leader that's an uplifting leader. This person is a bully. Like they like to push their way. They get angry, they yell, they belittle, it's one thing. Like if you don't know something, it's one thing to teach someone, don't belittle them, teach them, and I don't think that this person actually like knows how to teach. It feels like they like push and shove and belittle people to get what it is that they want. So be mindful of some sort of father figure or some sort of person of authority here, because they're not in a good place. Okay. This person is not in a good place, and they're going to try to take it out on everybody else. which isn't fair to anyone, right? That's not fair to anyone. What other messages do we got for Aries for the month of June? So there might be someone significant other. There might be somebody that's jealous in your energy, or like you, if this is your significant other, like if this Emperor in reverse is your actual person, then they're sending you some sort of negative energy, which that sucks. You know, and there might be somebody that is inspired by you that's going to claim that they did it first, right? Like, oh, well, Aries only did this because I did that first. But in reality, they got inspired by you. But really, like, that's the best compliment, right? When there's copycats, when there's somebody that's copying you, when there's somebody that is taking what it is that you do and running with it, that means that you're doing something right. So don't be too surprised by this person. Because I mean, if they're like, you're doing it right. If they're copying you, if other people are copying you, that's like, it's kind of like you want to set the example. You want people to copy you, you know? You want people to copy your attitude, to copy your the way you move, like how you handle things. The writing on the wall. There might be somebody getting caught. They thought they could get away with it. Evidence, finding evidence. So don't sweep any sort of evidence under the rug, all right? I'm just going to go with tarot. There's somebody that might have been caught or might be getting caught. So don't sweep any of that underneath the rug. I feel like some of you have been really heartbroken over a situation, you know, really heartbroken over a person, just waiting for them to act right or waiting for them to like come forward with the truth. You know, and it's like battle is all you've known. Like, it's really hard because I feel like some of you have endured so much in the last like 5 years, you know, with romantic relationships, that you're like almost to the point where you're jaded and you're bitter and you're like giving up on it. But it's like you're choosing love. It's like you're still choosing love. You know, and there's a person that's thinking about you right now in this very moment. There's somebody thinking about you. There's somebody that loves you and that is thinking about you. You know, but they know that they aren't good for you. All right. It says, please stay away from me. I don't want to hurt you any further. So if you caught somebody in a lie, you caught somebody doing something deceptive, it doesn't feel like they're going to change. Like, they're not changing their attitude. They're not changing their behavior, you know, but they also they don't want to hurt you any further. You know, they are attracted to you. They do have love for you, but they can't be the person that you need them to be. They can't be the person that you need them to be. You know, and they didn't expect for things to go down the way that it went down, or the way that it's going down. They didn't expect that. They didn't expect to have the feelings that they have for you. They didn't expect to fuck it up the way that they did. You know, they didn't expect especially to feel the way that they feel about how it ended up. It's like it hurt them, even though they might be acting like it doesn't, or that they don't care. It's like it really does hurt them for you to be hurting the way that you hurt. You know, but there looks like there's going to be some sort of like emperor, the emperor in reverse. So that is a tyrant, a bully, somebody that's got a lot of money, that uses money as a tool for manipulation instead of like for the greater good. All right. So be mindful of taking out any loans from a father figure or from, because it does feel like a father figure, like a father wound. You know, feels like in the month of June, you are going to be narrowing down your choices. The 7 of Cups in reverse. So you're kind of narrowing down what it is that you want to do, where you want to go, what you want to be, where you want to be. who you want to be with, who you don't want to be ever again. It's like you're being really, really discerning about what it is that you let into your life and who it is that you involve yourself with. It's like you're not antisocial, you're being selectively social. You know, you're being really, really careful instead of impulsive, because that's kind of an impulsive energy, the Knight of Swords. Or yeah, the Knight of Swords. That's someone that's like shoots first and asks questions later. You know, there's a situation that happened that made you learn. You know, you've learned a lot in the last at least 5 years, but definitely in the last couple of months. I feel like you've done a lot of inner searching and reflecting, you know, about how your choices have led you to where it is that you're at now. You know, not so much like, I mean, it's easy to blame everybody else, to point fingers at everybody else, but it's really hard sometimes for us to accept responsibility and to take accountability for how we played into those parts of our lives as well. You know, and I feel like some of it was because you were super impulsive. You know, that Aries energy, that fire energy, that like shoot first, ask questions later. It's like, I feel like some of that has gotten you into trouble, has gotten you into sticky situations. So you're being really mindful of how you're using that energy. Like you're not just a spitfire, you know, like you're not just running off at the mouth. You're not just being impulsive and flighty. Like you're being very thoughtful and discerning with your energy, making plans for the future. Yep, just as I said, making plans for the future. 3 of Pentacles. You know, that's like drawing a blueprint, building a map, you know, trying to figure out how you can make, like, when you have a goal in mind, you put it down on paper, and it's a goal. You start putting action towards it, and then it's a mission, and it becomes obtainable, you know, and you start working towards it, then it becomes achievable. You know, they say it takes 21 days to make or break a habit. So give yourself at least 21 days, you know, to start something new, to really push for something, but give it your all. All right. Give it everything that you've got. Don't sleep on yourself. Okay. Because the time is now. Like Saturn just moved into Aries. Like that means that it completed a whole entire cycle. All right. And Saturn, like, that's Big Daddy. All right. That's Daddy. That's Sky Daddy there. Big Daddy Saturn is in the fiery Aries, is in your sign. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of action taken. Yeah, a lot of things are going to have to fall away in order for things to fall into place. Like sometimes everything's got to fall apart, right, in order for it to be put into place. And you might be like really like looking at me, scratching his head, like, how did I get here? What did I do? You know, what did I do to get here? I feel like you're really, really looking at how you got where you're at, you know. But instead of pointing the finger at everybody else, it's like you're taking accountability for your own choices, and you're doing that for your future, you know? You're like, okay, well, maybe I ended up in this position because I was impulsive over here, or because I chose against myself. It's like you knew better, you know, in some of your past choices, you knew better. You knew that it wasn't going to go anywhere. You knew that there was probably a better way of doing it, but you went ahead and you did it anyways. And you're kind of reflecting and looking back on how that affected you, how that affected your life, like what it is that you could do to move forward. You know, like I think you're taking a lot into consideration. You're taking a lot into consideration. Be mindful about being moody, though, okay? You might be a little bit moody, a little bit irritable, kind of bitchy at people or at situations, or just other people that, like, you see them having it better than you, and you're kind of bitter at them. You know, it's not their fault that they were born into something. You know what I mean? We can't be mad at people because they have something that we don't have. You know, it's not their fault that you're in your position and they're in their position. But I feel like you're like kind of bitchy at people with the Queen of Swords in the reverse there. You know, because you do have a solid future. You know, you put your plan into action. You put your plan into action and take your choices very seriously. Like, actually give it your all. Like, devise a plan and go for it this month, at least this month, for the month of June. All right. Aries is all about action. Okay. So you want to reap those rewards, like, take action. You can't just expect things to fall into your lap, right? It's like, I want to lose a bunch of weight, but I ain't going to do that by sitting in my bed, like eating bonbons, you know? And I can't just eat a salad one time and be like, oh, okay, why am I not skinny? Like, you have to actually put in the action towards the things that you want to, towards the things that you want to achieve, you know? But it is successful. Like, look, the 10 of Pentacles, that's the most successful card that there is. So if you take the action, you take dedicated action, you'll get to where you want to go. But you got to let go of all of this resentment. You know, it's going to take some strength, and close your options out. Like, stay focused. Like, don't be all over the place. Like narrow down your choices and hone in on that and go for it. You know, go for it. Like you ain't ever gone for it before. Because I feel like a lot of you have done that inner work with the Hermit here. You've done so much inner work. You've done so much inner healing. You've contemplated so much. It's like, now is time for action. Now is the time for action. Ace of Wands. Action. Ready, set, go. Okay? What's going on in Aries' love life? That's kind of like your general message. What's going on in Aries' love life? Aries in love. What do we got for Aries in love? Anything new coming for Aries in the month of June? Hey, FG. Anything new coming to Aries the month of June? Woo woo. Anything new coming to Aries the month of June in love? Ooh, what the hell? Maybe you're not even looking. Like, you're like, nah, I'm good. Like, still healing some sort of heartbreak or what? The Magician. The Nine of Pentacles. So you could be manifesting, like, you could be manifesting out of this heartbreak. Like, maybe you're like, I've had enough of this. You know, it's time to use the tools that I have available. You know, like, not only do you have all these tools available to you, you know how to use them. All right. That is manifestation at its finest. That looks like Tesla, doesn't it? Look at that. The Magician with the sphere in the background looks like Nikola Tesla. Nikola. You got the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like some of you were just like, you know what? Fuck love. Fuck that. Like, I'm tired of this bullshit. I'm tired of putting my all into something and not getting shit back. You're like, I'm going to invest in me. I'm investing in me. I'm going to manifest my empire. Like, fuck bitches, get money. You know what I mean? Like, you're just not, like, as far as the month of June, it's like you're still carrying too much of this frequency to give a fuck about love right now. If you're not in a committed relationship already, then you're just not looking. You're like, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool on all that. It's like every time that I open myself up, it's like I end up in this disappointment. It's like you're tired of being disappointed. So you're just going to invest in yourself for the month of June. You know, fuck bitches, get money. Any sort of viable options? Are there any viable options? No, I don't think you care. You're like, I don't care. You know, you're not even looking. You're not looking. You don't care. That's usually when it comes, though. That's usually when it comes. As soon as you let go of something, it's like the last place you look. You know what I mean? That's usually when love shows up and you're like, wait a second. Do I even want this? Like, I don't even want this shit right now. Yeah, you're trying to break free. Like, you might have had some codependency issues in the past, or like you've been dealing with people that are codependent, and you're trying to set yourself free from that repetitive cycle. It's like you've done so much like soul searching And like, you've done so much reflecting that like you're trying to break your own, like, and that's the most spiritual thing you can do for yourself is to take fucking accountability for your own bullshit. Like how the choices that you made put you in the positions that you're in right now. It's not always everybody else's fault, right? So I think that you've been doing a lot of that, like inner reflecting and taking accountability. And like you're starting to see where maybe you had some codependency issues, or the people that you were dealing with, like you had a tendency to attach yourself to these codependent people, you know, and like then it becomes like your responsibility to make them happy, and then it's like you're never going to make them happy because that's not anybody else's job, you know. So I feel like you're working on your vibration, on your frequency. You're being a badass gangster, you know what I mean, a badass spiritual gangster, and doing that inner work and taking accountability for your own choices. And you're like, I'm not interested in love right now. Not interested in love right now. Yeah, 10 of Swords. I don't know why it's so hard for people to be honest. And I mean, that's like the simplest thing to do is like just be real, you know? But real isn't something that you could teach. You either have it or you don't. You either are or you're not. It's not something that you could teach another person. Like you're either fucking real or you're not, you know? And it's like I just feel like you're tired of the bullshit, you know? Pretty much given up on trying to find love. Like you're just working on yourself. You know, for the first card to come out was that 3 of Swords. Like, ouch. Healing from some major heartbreak, you know, from some major disappointment. You know, but eventually, like, you've got the Fool card. By the end of the month, you've got the Fool. So just for the most part, like, by the end of the month, you'll be ready to mingle again. But for the first parts of it, like, you not so much. You ain't having it. Like, you don't give a crap. You know, like, you're tired of getting heartbroken. You're tired of investing into the wrong people or the wrong situations. And like, you're really trying to put a fork in that wheel, man, trying to stop them cycles. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. All right. So be mindful of this Emperor in reverse. Okay. Because somebody's a bully. All right. Either that's like, don't be a bully, like trying to tell you not to be a bully, or just be mindful of someone else being a bully. Okay. All right, you guys, I am going to go to the Taurus reading. I'll be back at 2:30 for Taurus. Okay. I love you guys so much. Hey, Alban. I'm going to try to get all these monthlies out before the beginning of the month. Ooh. So I'll see you guys in 6 minutes on Taurus. Okay. Love you. Thank you.